Hi, guys. Shit. Hi, guys. I'm trying to figure out this microphone thing. I feel like it's not working, but it shows that it's on. You guys can't see that. But anyway, I don't know. We'll check it out. We'll figure it out. So I channeled July's energy in regards to what we will be expecting. I channeled the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus, Pluto, Jupiter, Lilith, North Node, South Node. So yeah, let's get to it. All right, so for July, so first I want to start off by saying I feel like overall, if we tap into this energy, we're really going to be tapping into our intuition. Like intuition was coming through strong, big time. Okay, sun. Taking tips from spirit when it comes to how we communicate, picking up on Mercury, reflecting in our mind, thinking before we speak, in situations that seem that they can go one of two ways. Let your intuition guide you in the dark and go with that. So the sun in our natal chart can be looked at as our battery. It's what gives us our energy, and then Mars is how we use that energy, how we move around in this world. So getting back to the sun is that battery. For some reason, whatever the sun is connecting to, like whatever it's in July, I know, for example, the sun is in Cancer, but how long is it in Cancer for? I'm not too sure in the month of July. And then what is it aspecting? I really don't know. You guys would have to do that part on your end. But for some reason, it's the sun, which can be looked at as our ego, as well as our higher self. It's in touch with how we communicate this month. And in situations where we're unsure of, it's like we're going to pause, reflect, and kind of just like wait for guidance and listen to that, whatever that quiet message is telling us. So I always say this in other videos, that intuition is very quiet and ego is very loud. The sun is the alchemized version of our higher self. This is where we put in work to get the best version of our higher self, where we get that divine insight, divine knowledge. So I'm seeing a lot of reflecting going on, and it has something to do with the sun. So again, because I feel like picking up on intuition a lot, I almost feel like because we're listening to our intuition, it's like we're connecting with our higher self. We're alchemizing in July. Which, may I say, bravo. That's not easy. It's not easy. All right, the moon. Overall energy in July. Tons of light. Things are being illuminated for us, again, due to intuition. The eye is being lit up. I see a scarecrow, and then it turns into Saturn in the reflection of our eye. And then I see a crop growing. I think we're beginning to pick up on our path and our purpose, or we're beginning to get strong downloads from spirit about where we're heading in life through hard work. Something is being shown to us, illuminated. We're going after what's ours in some kind of way. So wherever Saturn is in our natal chart, this is where we're going to feel restricted within ourselves. And the thing is, it's just all mental. It's not real. It's once you realize that concept, there's nothing that's going to take you down. Like, you can only go up. So that's why Saturn is really your greatest strength in your natal chart. I mean, I hate saying that. It's kind of like when we go into like, what's your soul's purpose? It's like, look at your whole natal chart. You know, it's like, it's hard to just pinpoint to one thing, you know? But one way of looking at Saturn is this is where you're going to have difficulty in your life. But once you master it, it's like once you tackle it, you're going to be the master of whatever this is. And it's like you create your own prison, mental prison, wherever Saturn is. It's literally you restricting yourself. And once you realize this and accept this, that's where the game changes, so to speak. So usually Saturn, the type of energy Saturn gives us is fear, anxiety, stress. And I feel like that's where the scarecrow energy is coming from. But there's being a light, like something's being illuminated with this. It's like we're realizing this in the month of July. And we're going for it. Like, we're pushing ourselves. Now, are we pushing ourselves or is Saturn pushing us? You know, that's debatable. Because it all comes down to free will. Except I really do think with specific transits going on, like Pluto being in Capricorn, Capricorn being the ruler, the ruler of Capricorn being Saturn, which is the dad, the strict dad, the father of time, karmic lessons, karma, and Pluto being heavily related to karma from past lives. And then you have Uranus being in Taurus. Uranus is very much related to past life trauma, and it's in Taurus, and the ruler of Taurus is Venus. And the higher octave of Venus is that unconditional love, like seeing the bigger picture of things. So during the transits of the North Node being in Taurus and the South Node being in Scorpio, it's kind of just like we're being forced to grow. We're being forced to do things we don't want to do because of karma, past life karma. Call it what you want, but this is what's going on. I think a lot of people right now are going through a lot of things, like a lot of shit. You know, whether they're discussing it verbally out loud or not. A lot of people like to put up a front too, you know, depending on one's natal chart. Some people are more open to talking about these things. And some people are not. But don't ever let that fool you guys. Like, we're all feeling this energy. We're all feeling restricted and forced to do some things. Some people are more conscious of what's going on and these energies, whether they're into astrology or not. They may just look at it like, I just got to make this happen. I just got to do this, you know? And it's like, yeah, that makes sense, dude. That makes sense. But, you know, you may call that life, and it's like, yeah, for sure. But that's more so right now, and it's for a reason. It's really forcing us in a fast time period to evolve or heal things or get us to where we need to go fast. So, and I think the ones, the people who are self-aware, who are picking up on this, they know that if they get out of that energy, that scarecrow energy, whatever you want to call that, not wanting to make a move or maybe not wanting things to change, but it's wake up, wake the fuck up. Things are changed forever. I'm not saying I'm happy about it. It's just more kind of like this energy, fucking dealing, because it is what it is, right? So yeah, So yeah. And the more you're connected with the cosmos and accepting that things are forever changed due to Uranus shaking up our fucking lives, it's just like anything in life. Once you get into this acceptance of things the way they are, like it is what it is type of mentality, it's like then you can move forward and start focusing on the things you can control in your life and change, and the things you want to happen in your life, right? Instead of trying to fight the things that are not fightable, because it's fucking pointless and you're just wasting time. And time is valuable, right? So I think when we connect with this energy, we realize that we're going to get rewarded in some type of way, or we are feeling like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. Mercury. You guys are seeing yourselves like another part of yourself, another version of yourself. And you guys are getting to know yourself. Lots of light in the mind. You guys will see things and understand things that were never illuminated from the past. You'll get downloads, insight. Things will be illuminated. So again, like there's so much intuition going on, so much light. Things are being illuminated this month. And there's something like about going within and being able to reflect and see clearly. And I know it has something to do about this Cancer energy. I think it also has something to do with, I'm probably wrong with how I'm going to pronounce it, Mercury Cazimi. So with the Mercury Cazimi, I believe that's when things are shown to us more clearly. It's kind of like when Mercury goes direct. It's like the opposite of Mercury retrograde, where it's like things feel fucking clear and sober, and then just to find out like, what was that? What I thought this was, and it's like, nope. Nope. What was that Looney Tunes character? Nope. Yeah, so Mercury direct is the opposite. It's like clear-cut energy, like this is what it is. And I think Mercury Cazimi is even more clear, more blunt, something like that. But don't quote me, I could be wrong. But anyway, so what I'm channeling is, because Mercury is the mind, it's your thought process, it's communicating, how you speak, how you communicate with others, as well as yourself. It's like we're getting downloads this month, and we're able to see another part of ourselves by reflecting, going within. I literally saw us like in our brain, like touching, like doing this. Like really getting in there, like just figuring ourselves out, maybe to get clarity on ourselves or clarity on things in our lives. Because if you think about it, I mean, I don't know about you guys, that's how I always get through things in life, is by better understanding myself. Because it always turns out it's like, oh wait, I'm good. It's like, oh wait, no, I don't feel this way. Yeah, I don't know why I was thinking this. Yeah, I'm good. But the only way I've always gotten there is by going within, is by really thinking about these situations, or by really reflecting. And I don't know if you guys have ever been to therapy or have ever seen how it works with a therapist, but you're basically your own therapist when you go there. Like you're just sitting there and they ask you, and how does that make you feel? And you're just like, well, it doesn't make me feel very good. And they're like, and why? And you're just like, well, like you're going into your own mind, because it's like, do we do this on our own? We usually don't want to, because like we're under this like false premise of like that we're bad or something, or that like we have these dark thoughts. We may not even be conscious of that part. But that's usually why we don't go within, because we're scared about what we're going to find about ourselves. That's why we call it a shadow. But that's how you heal, and that's how you actually succeed in life, is understanding why you have that shadow. So anyway, so you guys will see things and understand things that were never illuminated from the past. You'll get downloads, insights. So this happened in June as well. Wait, no, did that happen in June? Maybe. I think I'm getting it confused now. But I know that they were saying during new moon in Cancer that this was going to happen, where we were going to get random downloads about things that happened from the past. Like it would just come back into our mind and we would get sudden insight or see things from a different perspective out of nowhere. And I believe that's for a reason. It's to heal us, to make us realize that maybe how we were looking at something from the past was from ego. It was from a place of ego, not from a place of truth. Because again, ego is always a fat fucking liar. It's past 10 o'clock. I'm just kidding. It's not even 10. Venus. There's this imbalanced energy of light and shadow, and there's more shadow here, and you're aware of it, but it's like you want more. So what I believe this energy is, because Venus is the ruler of Taurus, and currently in July, Mars is in Taurus. Taurus is that energy of all things Venus, and Mars is how we move around. So, Mars in essence is Aries energy, and Taurus in essence is Venus energy. So this is going to be that, it's one of many things, but one of the things is Venus in Aries. It's one way of looking at it. I want it now, but I like it. It's kind of, I'm not going to say necessarily impulsive, but because Taurus is earth energy, but it definitely is that energy of, it should be ideally yin yang energy, because it's Mars and Venus, technically speaking, right? Mars, men, Venus, woman. But I'm seeing more of like this imbalance, and I'm thinking it's more like, can we control ourselves? What is that noise? Can we control the things we see that we like, that we want? Like, are we able to control that? Is that my hair? I hate when my hair acts a fucking fool. Like, I would love to just have perfect hair. Like, hi, I have perfect hair. No. Anyway. Okay, Jupiter. Spirit will show us the things we want. It'll be in front of our eyes, teasing us, but motivating us to act on a plan in order to get it. We have faith in this. I feel like this is so Jupiter. So Jupiter expands wherever it is. Okay, so Jupiter is in Aries. And this is, Jupiter in Aries is that energy of planting the seeds, growing whatever it is you guys. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? Yeah, I can see. You're annoying as fuck. Sorry, but I'm not. This is what happens when you have Uranus in the fucking third house. Constant fucking interruptions. Depending on what degrees you guys have it in. I don't know if you catch on. That's why there's always constant interruptions. If you guys have Uranus in the third house, this is what's the fuck up with your local community. Okay. let's come back down. So, Jupiter, expanding on the things you guys want, abundance, growth. But what makes it happen in truth is by being grateful, being thankful. Otherwise, you can have your blessings taken away. And Jupiter is looked at as a blessing in your life. So it's almost as if like we're being blessed in July by being shown the things we want, because then we can start creating this plan to make it happen. Because not everybody knows or figures out what it is they want in life. But it's like we're going to at least start putting the pieces together in July, if you guys haven't figured it out already, right? Okay, so that's July. I don't know why I said that. Those are those planets. I have more planets. Pluto. Walking towards something transformative and walking away from something not so great. Trying to end a flighty energy and focus on one structured path, which is symbolic of growth and evolution. So this is very important, this type of energy, I feel like. This is that energy of, how do I want to describe this? Nobody cares. Oh, the things I could do with this. Oh, I'm beginning to just plot. Okay, so anyway, trying to end a flighty energy. So right off the bat, I'm thinking of Sagittarius energy and Gemini energy. Why? Because these, and no offense if you guys have Sagittarius or Gemini in your chart, but this is known as that flighty type of energy, and it matters in regards to what degrees. You guys could be a Gemini and not be flighty as hell, but a majority of Gemini energy is. And that's because of the mind going a mile a minute, all that multitasking. And then the same is kind of going on with Sagittarius energy, but in a little bit, like in a different type of way. But the thing is with flighty energy, so here's the thing. This is with law of attraction. When you work on this type of energy and you actually put in work with this, you're going to see your world change, because flighty energy is just code for distracted energy. You're distracted in some type of way, whether it's, call it what you want, multitasking, whatever. Your energy is getting thinned out, dispersed in a bunch of different things, and it's not going like in one or two things where it's like it would do well in these one or two things, or even three things, whatever. He doesn't love you. I'm just kidding. That's so mean. They can't hear me. I'm just kidding. Hopefully you guys get my sense of humor, and if you don't, well then whatever. It's terrible. So the flighty energy, it takes away from focusing on what matters in your life, like where you guys can excel in, whether that's relationships, job, money, home, literally, like think of the things that, so here's the thing. When you have flighty energy, unfocused energy, whatever you guys want to call it, your brain is like fogged up. Like think about it. It's not clear. It's not empty. And when I say empty, I mean it's not clear-minded. It's not like zen or whatever you want to word it. Like it's not ready to intake new things or ready to embark on things that need to get done. And even if these things get done, are these things getting done in a way that make you happy? Or is it like, oh, thank God I got this done. This was weighing heavy on me. You know what I mean? Like, you think that's what life's about? Like, checklist. Check one. You know? And it's like that checklist never ends when you have flighty energy. It just doesn't. So I see us transforming this. And honestly, I got to be honest with you guys. I feel like we're all having this energy because everything's like we all have access to everything at one time with our cell phones, our iPads, the computer, whatever. Like, how do you not have this energy of doing several different things at one time? Look at all the apps. I mean, do we even think for ourselves anymore? You got fucking TikTok showing us everything. People explaining everything to us. Everything I learn is from people. And I think that is great. And I think it's cool. But what about like, I know I'm sure 9 out of 10 of you guys, not even that I have 9 people watching this, but you know what I mean? Like, what about going to the fucking library? Like, remember like how it used to be? Going to the fucking library, having a library card, doing the work yourself, and it stayed in your brain longer. There's something to that. So anyway, so something within that energy that I'm talking about right now, we're all feeling on some type of level. And we're going to be working on it in July because it's like the clearer our mind, the clearer our path will be, and everything will feel lighter, feel better. Everything feels heavy right now because it's like our mind is cluttered. Uranus. I channeled freedom. I channeled that we will be tapping into our genius based off of whatever downloads we get from spirit, and we'll begin to build on an idea which will make us feel free. I like that one. All right, Neptune. We will intuitively know which direction to go. We will feel in touch with our throat chakra and our heart chakra. Both will be used together. We will be in touch with our water energy. We will understand ourselves confidently and others, which will make us kinder. I think that's sweet. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Neptune is intuition, obviously. This is the ruler of Pisces, 12th house. But there's just so much like intuition going on. Like, what the hell is going on in July? Wow. All right, Saturn. I was getting like bipolar energy here. Calm, angry, forceful energy. Saturn is forcing us to see the light, forcing us to see ourselves, illuminating us. Again, this is what I was seeing with Mercury as well. It's like we're getting to know ourselves, reflecting in some type of way and seeing another side to ourselves. And it's like Saturn's doing this as well. For some damn reason. I'm just kidding. Illuminating us even when we try to look away or run from truth. We can't. Yeah, I saw Saturn showing us light, and we were just like, and then all of a sudden it's like even in the dark there's like this mirror, and it's our reflection facing back at us. There's no escaping karma. There's no escaping that shit. Even past life karma. It's like, what? What? No. All right, Lilith. Breaking free from chains by going within. Oh my God. So Lilith is in Cancer. Again, it's like this Cancer energy. It's like wowzers. Breaking free from chains by going within, almost out of breath. It's like I see Lilith coming from like, she's coming up from water, but it's weird. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen this. I've seen this like, what is it called? The Discovery Channel, like the Mayans, I think it was. They had this thing where it's kind of like these caves. And then there's, if you keep going down into the caves, you'll like eventually hit water. And it was something like that. It's like she's coming up from water, but within a ground. Like there's a ground, and then there's just like a pool of water, and it's like she worked her ass off to come up from the water, something like that. It's like she barely made it, and then all of a sudden they're focusing in on her back, and they're showing that she's grown a spine now due to Saturn. So I'm seeing Saturn at the top of her spine. So, you know, and this makes sense because I'm seeing breaking free from chains. So I think of the devil in tarot, and the energy of the devil is Capricorn energy, and the ruler of Capricorn is Saturn. So I feel like this makes sense. So it's like due to like some type of karmic lesson we go through in July, it's like we make it, or something like that, and we build a spine, we gain strength due to this lesson. And that's exactly what Saturn does for us in astrology when we work at it. All right, the North Node. The North Node being in Taurus, I see light, reading something back and forth, being sure, trying to balance out what makes you feel secure in your life, and listening to spirit about it, getting downloads, trying to change something here. So it's almost as if like we, so North Node being in Taurus, this is all about financial security, material things. It really depends where your Taurus is in your natal chart. But regardless, it's embodying that Taurus energy, which is a fixed sign. It's a stubborn sign. It is holding on to whatever that chart, whatever house placement it is, and being fixed on that, like in order to grow that house. It's like we want to I think I'm getting tired, honestly. We want to grow our North Node in Taurus during this transit. We want to succeed here. And the ruler of Taurus is Venus. So this could be relationships. This could be money. This could be stability, you know, anything Taurus-like, anything Venus-like. And I'm seeing that whatever this is for us, like we're trying to balance this out because we want to feel secure here. We want stability here. And I feel like that's what the trying to change something is all about, like trying to get that stability. South Node being in Scorpio. I knew I wasn't going to understand this when I wrote it. My fucking handwriting. Hold on. In this... What? I don't know. Even when I wrote it, I said, rewrite this. You're not going to get it. There was the download. Okay, so something understanding what people really mean or how they really feel. Oh, intuitively. intuitively understanding what people really mean or how they really feel, despite not doing or saying good things. You'll see through people's bullshit. So when I think of South Node being in Scorpio, I think of heavy karma wherever Scorpio is in your guys' chart, because the South Node is that energy of trying to, it's not just trying to leave the South Node, it's trying to balance that energy out in a way that can help us get to our North Node. There is this warped misconception of getting away from your South Node. It's like, no, you need to walk away from the parts of the South Node that like you're too comfortable in, you know, and then using what you, it's almost like a job resume, like what you have experience in, use that to help you get to the North Node. So I think of that, like, how can you get to your North Node in Taurus? Like, what do you need to give up? Because Scorpio energy likes to hang on, right? Like, that's pretty straightforward, but you'd have to like look into it and do your research to understand that part. So yeah. Okay, so what did I channel? I channeled 8 of Cups in Tarot. 8 of Cups in Tarot is walking away from things that don't serve a purpose. It's also, I think, Saturn and Pisces energy. I'm not 100% positive. I don't know. I think it's Scorpio energy, honestly. Anytime I think of 8 of Cups in Tarot. But that's just me. Strong enough to walk away from situations, people that don't, you know, I always say this, and I hope you guys understand what I mean when I say that don't serve a purpose, that like, because I feel like that's also straightforward, but like things that aren't doing anything for you guys, you know, like friendships or family. It's like things that just like bring you down, like walk away from it, you know, like cut the cords, so to speak. Then I see a lion who's sharp enough, smart enough to know what's really going on. So Scorpio energy is extremely intuitive. It's water energy, and it's just understanding what's really going on beneath the surface. Scorpio energy is the original ruler of the 8th house. So it's like understanding things without having to see these things unfold. So, you know, there's something here about in the month of July where you're able to see through people's bullshit, like what they really mean. So they may, but it's a little different than what I'm saying. Like, you will be able to intuitively understand why people do the shit they do. And therefore, it will help you be able to walk away in a strong type of way. So, for example, when my mom, she's a Taurus, when she does something nice, she can't help but throw that in somebody's face. And, you know, when you do that, it's like it's no longer a nice thing. You just ruined it. It's not, you can't do a nice thing for somebody and throw it in their face. It just doesn't work like that. So even though it's a shitty thing that she does, it's like she doesn't mean to. She truthfully can't help herself. Like, she can't. She literally would have to work at her own energy every single day. And it's just like impossible, almost impossible. Because again, if you were to look at her natal chart, and I hate to even sound like that as an Aries, because I think everything is possible. That's just, I'll never change that way. Nobody in my life will ever change me to think otherwise. Like, nobody has that type of power over me. So as much as I would like to say there's hope there, unfortunately, that having hope with me and her, it's like having hope for that, for her to stop being like that. It had to stop. Like, I had to let that go. However, even though it's not a nice thing she does, I understand why she does it. Like, I get it. I understand, and I'm not going to get into it, but like, I get what it really means. And it's sad, you know? And it's like, I get it. So, so I feel like we'll be tapping into something very similar to that in the month of July with people, where it's like almost kind of like, is this worth it type of energy? Like, we will understand why people say or do the things they do. And it's like, okay, I'm good. You know, something like that. So yeah, that's what I got for you guys for the month of July. I also feel like, and it's funny because somebody had said this as well, that our dreams will be talking to us. Now, I know my dreams are always talking to me. Like, I know there's always a meaning to them. They always, like, something within that energy always like happens. Like, they're like futuristic, whatever you want to call that. So I don't believe, I think that there's certain transits that can be more like, pay attention to your dreams more so. So I felt like this was a message for me to share with you guys, especially since we are about to enter Leo season, I think in a few weeks. And my late cousin Ryan, he was a Leo. He came into my dream last night, and I know he was visiting me, because I haven't seen him, I think in like over a year now, in regards to like my dreams or, you know, my visions. And the dream overall was that he was alive again. And, you know, full disclosure, he committed suicide. He killed himself. He was only, I think, 38 years old. And he was bipolar. And he had tried, I think, I don't remember how many times, but several times in the past to do this. And in the dream, he was alive again. And this was somewhat, I guess this was normal in this dream. Like, it was normal that he was alive again. Like, we knew he had died at one point, and then it's like he was alive again. And in the dream, we knew how to treat him now, was like the message. Like, it's like we now understood his pain because we knew what he had done, and because we actually got it because he did it. And now it's like he came back, we were able to treat him better, and we actually meant it. Whereas before, when he was actually like, this is not my dream, but this is just like real life I'm talking now. Like, when he was here in real life, I can't speak for anybody else except for myself, because I disconnected from him after I was like 12 or 13, I think, because we just had a rocky relationship. You know, and this is going to sound terrible, so if anybody judges me, you know, like, fuck you. Like, I don't care. But when you deal with a family member who deals with things like that, where you're constantly hearing like, are they going to do it? Are they going to do it or not? And it's like that unsure type of energy, and you're kind of just like sick of it. You just get sick of it. And you just get to this point where it's like you don't want to fucking deal with it anymore. You just don't. And I'm being honest. I think everybody's different. But I've dealt with 3 suicides in my life, in my family. And I can't speak for anybody else, but I definitely wasn't there. I wasn't there for my cousin. And despite his several attempts. Which I don't think I actually was aware of. I really don't think I was aware of. I knew he was bipolar. I knew he was on medicine. But yeah, that was the extent of that. But the point of the dream was that it's like now we cared because now we understood. And we gave a fuck. And I feel like that connects to that Venus energy when you embody the spiritual way of looking at things, like getting the actual bigger picture and not taking things personal. And trying to just stay away from things that, you know, if they don't make you feel good, then just stay away from it. Like, don't pay attention to it. Pay attention to things that make you feel good in your life, because by law of attraction, you're going to attract more of those things. I feel like that sometimes we get so in our own feelings, in our own mind, in our own ego, that we lose track of what's real, you know? And it's like, what is real? I don't think hating other people or bothering other people or bullying other people is what's real. And I feel like if you guys are connecting to that type of energy, you're wasting your time. And I feel like you're gonna regret that type of energy in some type of way at some point in life. I really do. That's why in the spiritual community, you know, what I do agree with is the line that we are all one. We're just all on a different journey and a different path. But at the end of the day, like, that's what the collective is. The collective is that we're all feeling the cosmos, the transits moving in the sky, but we're just feeling it hit us differently. But we're all going through very similar things. But sometimes we don't realize these things until it's too late. Sometimes we just don't get the bigger picture. And sometimes some of us never do. And sometimes the truth of the matter is, you can't take things back. You can't take back words and you can't take back actions. But every day is a new day, right? So I feel like if you guys are really into astrology or really into this whole like spiritual community thing, you guys should really open up to this idea of unconditional love and forgiveness. Because like when that day comes, when our day comes, when we're like no longer here on earth, how do you guys think you're feeling about other souls that we came into contact while being here? Like, at no point do I really think like we're like fully at peace, whatever. Like, I don't think it's exactly what we imagine it to be, or at least this is what I imagine it to be. But at the same time, I think at the same time, we remember what it is we signed up for. Who was supposed to help who get to where and why. And it's like, then it all makes sense. And it's like, there's no longer these frustrations or resentments. Like, I will always feel guilty about not being there for my cousin. But that's the way, you know, our relationship was supposed to be in this life. It was supposed to end unsettled. That's the way it was. So just food for thought. Pay attention to your dreams. I feel like random people could be in your dreams and they could just be symbolic of other people. Pay attention to the zodiac signs of these people. Pay attention to the animals that come in your dreams. Pay attention to the things you guys are talking about and what they could be symbolic for, or whatever happens in the dream. So yeah. All right. That's what I wanted to say. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great month of July. All right. Let's see if this thing works. Let's see if this thing wants to work.